Good afternoon. Live from Santa Fe Public Radio, you're on the Journey Home, the independent alternative. I'm Diego Mulligan, and today I talk with world-renowned luthier Michael Thames and flamenco guitarist Daniel Ward. Thanks for joining us here at 101.1 FM in the Rio Grande Valley, and welcome to all of you listening worldwide on the web at ksfr.org. And don't forget, you can hear podcasts at your own convenience and find out about our future and past guests at diegoradio.com, made possible by Foil Computer Services. Well, great to have you along on our Friday weekend warm-up, and I can't believe it. It's almost the weekend. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What a week this has been, too. Hey, we got some guests in the studio. How y'all doing? How's your week been? Michael, Daniel, good to see you. What's going on?
Very nice to be here. I just drove up from Albuquerque, actually. Yeah. Where I was making commercials this morning as an engineer. So
making commercials as an engineer?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What, TV, radio?
Radio and TV. Yeah, Mountain Road Recording Studios. So,
so get a little
I feel right at home.
Them. Man, well, welcome to our studios and our lovely RE20 microphones. And Michael Thames, welcome. Good to have you here as well. How are you?
Thank you. Great to be here.
So it's not too often that the luthier, the guy who makes the guitars, gets to be in the recording studio or in the broadcast studio because you're sort of literally behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, we thought it would be more interesting to present it that way, at least to get to hear a guitar that I made and played by a great artist.
Oh, we're going to hear some live music, too, from Daniel in just a couple of minutes. So I'm looking through the hole in the front of your classical guitar there, Daniel, and I see the word Thames. And I know this is also, a river in London, but it's also a luthier in Santa Fe.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah. So how long have you been making guitars, Michael?
Oh, since I was about 17 years old.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm 54 now, so
17. Wow. Now,
my whole life.
What got you into it?
Just wanting to play guitar. I didn't have enough money to buy one, so I found a book on guitar making, and I thought that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And took it down. My father had a workshop in the basement, and so I just built the first one down there. And from then on, it's just been, I got hooked on it.
Yeah.
And just,
So it was a pretty difficult challenge building your first guitar? I mean, was it more difficult than you thought when you launched into the
Well, I had no woodworking skills at all. So I took a hand plane, a very dull hand plane, and playing down a piece of hard maple 3 inches down to like veneer with it. So that was my first woodworking experience.
And that took how many years?
Yeah. Seemed like years at the time, but yeah.
Wow. So you really got into the deep end there.
Yeah.
Do you still have that old guitar?
No, I gave it to an old girlfriend, and I wish I could find it again, but who knows, what happened to that.
Well, at times it makes sense to give away that excess baggage, when you get to a point in your life.
Yeah.
But
the girlfriend, you mean?
Yeah, well, either the guitar.
The guitar.
So you've been making guitars since you were 17. Any idea how many guitars you've actually constructed in this long and dubious career?
I know exactly. Well, not exactly. I have it written down at home, but it's about 725 guitars.
Oh, my God, 725. I can't believe it.
I can't either. I can't. To see that many guitars just lined up would be amazing. But it's been over 35 years or so.
Now, this guitar that Daniel is going to be playing for us in just a sec here, can you tell us something about this guitar? How old is this guitar? When was it born?
This one, I think that was 3 years ago, huh?
Yeah.
You got that.
06.
And when I moved, I moved to New Mexico in ninth grade, but then I moved to San Francisco, and then I moved back here again. And when I moved back, Dan bought the very first guitar I made in New Mexico. His teacher told him, "Here, buy this." And he bought it, Michael Chaplin.
Listen to your teacher.
And I don't know, we've had a great relationship ever since. He's bought, I don't know what,
quite a few
guitars and over the years, over all those years. So.
Well, let's hear something on this beautiful Thames guitar here. What do you want to play for us, Daniel?
Let me play something a little sweet first before I get... This is a flamenco guitar, actually, so it's a kind of a hybrid. It's not a full classical guitar. It has a tap plate, and it's a little brighter sounding. This is the title track from After the Storm, And
which is your CD.
Mm-hmm.
And how many CDs do you have out there now?
this is the only one with my own music on it. I'm on a bunch of them, but that's the only one I've done myself. So.
And we'll talk about those other CDs and other music in a minute. But a strange coincidence today, too, coming up.
Alrighty, well, here it comes.
Daniel Ward playing live on the Journey Home, playing an original Thames guitar. And we have the Luthier right here in the studio. And that's an interesting concept, the title Luthier, because I had no idea. I thought maybe you were, you wanted to be, in the priesthood, but you also wanted to be with ladies, and so you had to become a Lutheran.
Yes.
but instead you make guitars.
Yeah. I think it's originally like comes from the word lute.
Mm-hmm.
All the instrument makers in the Renaissance made lutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if you made a violin, you would then be known as a luthier.
Mm-hmm.
Even violin makers are called luthiers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But do you make violins?
No, I don't.
Any other kind of stringed instruments? Bouzouki's or something?
I made lutes,
Yeah.
Renaissance lutes,
Oh, really?
Baroque lutes, and kind of copies of 19th century instruments, guitars,
Mm-hmm.
and
Cool.
but no violins.
But I love that word, luthier. I mean, it is very Renaissance, It kind of takes you back. Is there a guild of luthiers? Like a global guild?
There is a guild, in this country. I'm not. I don't even know if I'm a member. I used to be, and I probably didn't keep up my membership. But, there used to be back in the Renaissance guilds of apprentices and like that, but I don't think anymore. Anybody can do it.
We're going to hear a recorded track from your CD after the storm in just a minute, Daniel. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you about why you like these guitars. I mean, why do you keep buying this particular kind of a guitar? I mean, other than the fact that it's locally made and you can, get it done just like you like it. But what is it about his work that you like?
Well, that's a great question for me. I play a lot of different styles. I studied classical guitar in college, and I became a flamenco guitarist. I also play electric guitar. I've got the best of every world with Michael's guitars. They play like a sports car, and they sound like gold to me. So they're really easy to play, and they sound super, and they're wonderfully built, and just they record perfectly, and they're very versatile. So and they're loud.
And they're loud. Well, you mentioned to me shortly before the show that you have been on tour for 3 years with guitarist Ottmar Liebert, who's going to be joining us later on in the program.
Yeah, that's true.
What a coincidence that is.
It's funny. You're on the same day, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you played and recorded some music with him, right?
I played on the tours. He did all of his rhythm tracks himself for the recordings, but I was the guy that stepped in on from 97 to 2000.
So it was kind of hard for him to play two guitars at once.
Exactly.
Or three, and he does bass too, I guess, doesn't he?
Actually, John Gagan plays the bass with him. No, I do that too. I actually play the rhythm tracks for myself when I'm in the studio. It makes sense when you're writing a song to do it that way.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense too. Well, why don't we go into our break in just a minute, but before we do that, let's hear something from After the Storm. In fact, this is a track called Awakening from your CD. Daniel Ward, let's hear it.